Hello people, and welcome to Crypto Exposed. Analysts says XRP is the biggest opportunity of our lifetime. Okay guys, let's get into it. Okay, not even sure who the analyst is here. I didn't bother actually reading the article. I just saw this this title and I thought I'd just discuss this topic because as you know, we are very much now in the bull run. This is official. Bitcoin is, on a tear. XRP is going straight along with it. We're going into new all-time high and all that kind of stuff. So, we're literally just seeing where all this goes now. And, yeah, I just wanted to have this conversation. Do I agree that XRP is the biggest opportunity of our lifetime? Yeah, I do. Because look, at the end of the day, if you've got into XRP, I mean, it does depend on what kind of price point, obviously, you got in at, but if, like some of us, you got into XRP when it was like, 30 cents, 50 cents, 60 cents, etc., and those kind of prices, you're in a great position right now, right? You're very much up. And the thing for me is like, what you got to understand with XRP is a top free crypto, right? It's a top free crypto. So let's just say you don't sell all of your XRP in this bull run. If you can keep some of your XRP for the long term, not telling you what to do, obviously that's your choice, but if you do decide to keep some of the XRP for the long term, I do believe like long term XRP is going to go a lot higher than whatever this bull run price leads to. I don't think, whenever this bull run does pop and we go into the bear market, I don't think that's the absolute top for XRP. We'll continue to have more market cycles, or if not, it'll be more deemed on actual utility and that kind of stuff. Like that'll be the kind of thing that people think about when they're deciding what type of cryptos are being utilized after regulations and stuff like that. And I think that could be where the value comes in also. But long story short there, I do believe XRP still got a lot longer to go than just this bull run, regardless of whatever the price comes to. So for me, when I look at this right now with XRP, I really do think you have probably the biggest opportunity of our lifetime. Like crypto as a whole, right? Like your whole opportunity to get into crypto, because I'll say this, look, even if let's just say people didn't manage to get into XRP, there could be other crypto tokens that they could get into. And if they got in early enough, then they could stand to, make a massive profit. I'm not going to act like XRP is the only, opportunity to gain wealth, but I do think with XRP, it's one of the most sure and safe ways, because if you got in at the right price point, this is going to go way higher. So it really just comes down to letting time doing the work here, and then the value will come over time. It'll come already. We've seen, XRP has now got to a new all-time high, so we can see the value is there. People do like XRP. This is what we were saying the whole time when the whole, SEC versus Ripple lawsuit was going on. Because I remember when I was creating content at that time, and all I was ever seeing was people like really bashing me for still being, strong-minded about XRP being long-term a winner. And, it just shows you how fickle people can be, because as soon as the price moves up, everyone's happy. But once it goes stagnant again, people lose faith. Like I saw this with, when Trump first got into office in November and the markets was just going crazy, everybody was all happy about XRP. And then we've obviously had that stagnant, wait until now for the markets to get moving again. And everybody was negative on XRP again, right? It's like, oh, it can't even get over $1. It can't even get over $3. And now obviously we're back over $3. Everyone's silent and just enjoying it all now and saying how crazy it is. And it just shows you how fickle-minded they can be. And when I say that, I mean that both ways, right? Because this is the problem with, when a bull run comes in. People just change their mind like the weather, right? So when it's negative, it's, oh yeah, this is it. It's the end of the world. So if XRP takes a dip now and goes back under, let's say like $3, for example, I'm sure there'll be a lot of people saying, oh, that's it. The bull run's done. XRP's over, But again, if XRP then hits $4, they'll just be like, oh my God, this is it. XRP's never going down now. This is it. It's up only season. And, that's what I mean. Like people just get really caught up in the emotion of it. And then they just go with whatever the market sentiment is at that time. And so not the best way to go about things, but that's what happens. And so, for me, what I look at with XRP, for me personally, XRP is my second chance, because I've explained this before, but I actually had the opportunity to get into Bitcoin before it really made big moves in price. And I didn't do it because I didn't understand how crypto worked at the time. I was very naive. I didn't really get it. And, one of the things I didn't like the idea of was the whole Having to write down your seed phrase on a piece of paper. To me, I don't like that from a security aspect. And to be honest with you, I still don't. But after I saw what happened with Bitcoin, because I missed out on that opportunity, so I could literally be like a millionaire now had I not have got into Bitcoin at the beginning. I just thought, well, if this is what I have to deal with for the sake of, making life-changing wealth, then so be it. I will do it, right? So I've had to learn to like it. I still, I'm not a fan of it, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to miss out on, huge opportunities of wealth just because I don't like the way the security aspect of it works. I just have to make it work, right? And so, yeah, like when I, look at this now and I see where we're at with XRP, like the potential is just huge, right? Like even just from now going forward, as I say, like the things that Ripple are doing, applying for a banking license, tokenization going on, all these like use cases that are being developed, ODL, the AMM. There's just so many things that you can do with XRP. The future is very bright. And so I think just like Bitcoin, if you can hold on for years, there will be a point where you'll look at XRP and it'll be worth, way more substantial amounts of money than what it is now, and you'll be like, wow, like you'll hold significant amount of money and you'll be like, yeah, I remember when I was getting XRP at like 30 cents or, even if $1, like, if it was like $1, you'll be like, yeah, I got in at those prices. And people will look at you like how people got into Bitcoin when it was like a few cents or a few dollars. They'll just be like, wow, like you had XRP at that price, because XRP could be, $50, $80, $100, whatever, that kind of thing. So yeah, I do think that is a true reality that could come to fruition. I really do. And so for you guys who are out there, I just want to say congratulations more than anything, because as I said before, like if anyone deserves this is XRP holders. We've definitely gone through the ringer. It's definitely been a long, hard journey. I don't think anyone's had to deal with the emotional turmoil that XRP holders have had to face with the SEC just completely down our necks, really just trying to mess up our whole opportunity. And we've come through that. And so this is where it's our time to shine. So look, guys, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Just make sure you've got something in place. I hope you all manage to take, advantage of this bull run. If you're deciding to just hold and wait out for other price points, okay, fair enough. You do whatever you think's best for you. But I just hope everybody manages to get something out of this, because this takes 4 years to come, right? This has been 4 years since the last bull run, 2021. So this is not something that comes every month or every year. Like it's a long waiting game, and it's very possible that after this bull run is done, it's very possible that it might be another 4 years. I don't know, because things could change, right? Like as regulations come in, things could change how these cycles work. It might not be every 4 years anymore. It could be very different. I don't know. It could be the same. So if it is the same, we're looking at another 4 years after this. So for me, this is why, I've got to make some kind of plan to execute and make some money out of this bull run. That's definitely going to happen. I will sell some XRP. That's just my thought process as it stands. So good luck to all you guys out there. I really do hope you manage to make the most of this. I'm not selling all my XRP because for me, I do think this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. So I'm just not willing to sell all my XRP. I'm just not going to do that. I'm actually going to keep the strong majority of it for the long term. But yeah, I'm definitely going to sell some to make the best of my current circumstances right now, because I don't know how long I could be waiting for, the bigger price action. So for me, if I can improve my life now, I'm going to do that. But you guys make the decision what's best for you. And I just hope you do get to take advantage of it. Thank you very much for watching this. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And hit that bell. Take care.